Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And guys, really, and I mean really, the crypto space is changing. And what I mean with that is that right now, the amount of positivity we are receiving in the general media and everywhere is insane. Very often I see all these FUD articles of people getting scared, people saying this, people saying that. Right now, I looked far and high, left, right, wherever the frick I could look, I looked. And guys, really, the overwhelming majority of articles, overwhelming amount of people are just positive, nice, and good. I mean, not everybody, definitely not everybody, specifically about XRP, not everybody. But when I say that things are looking good, I really mean things are looking good. And by the way, guys, a little side note, I think we're very close to 30,000 followers over on Twitter. I just thought about it right now. If you're not following me over on Twitter just quite yet, make sure you head over, check it out, and press that follow button. As probably all the people of you watching over this video right now, if you all go check it out, we'd probably already be at 30,000 instantly. The numbers don't really matter, but still, I think it's smart to go follow me over on Twitter because we share a lot of cool stuff over there. And I have a question for you all as usual, which is, are you guys bullish on crypto right now? And I know I've asked it a couple of times, right? But please answer honestly. Like, short term, are you bullish or do you think we're going to fall back down to the ground? Because right now, for example, the XP price is falling a little bit. And a lot of people are saying, no, we're going to be going to about $1.08 to get to that double bottom basically for XRP. Or we're going to be falling lower and lower and lower for right now for it. I've also seen a couple of people say that. I already posted for you guys the symmetrical triangle a little bit earlier, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. We already posted it a little bit earlier. Hopefully you guys checked out my previous video about the price. But again, you can already kind of, wait a minute. We can actually just draw it in right here. Hopefully you guys can then get a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about. Another line right there. So a little bit of a symmetrical triangle is popping up, right? As you guys can clearly see on the XRP chart right now. And, well, it's indeterminate. Well, what I mean with that is that we don't necessarily know what side is going to break out for. It could be the upside, it could be the downside. We're kind of itching closer to another potential breakout towards either side. And we're not exactly sure which one it's going to be, but I am personally assuming it's going to be the upside because, well, that's what sounds logical to me. But let's figure it out as time moves on. And, well, let me actually show you guys this. So this is Matt Hamilton. He is the Director of Developer Relations at Ripple. So he is also a person who really often goes to Twitter to battle haters. And I must give this guy an award for most patient man in the entire history of people. Why? Take a look at this. So an individual posted, imagine investing in a token run by a company who owns 80% of it and operates with corrupt financial institutions. XRP is a shitcoin for the delusional. And fun fact, it got 130 likes. Ray Gedega said, XRP is great if you buy it lower and sell it higher, like anything. Not really sure what else it does, but I've made a lot of BTC off of it. Interesting statement. Now, Matt said, XRP is one of the few crypto with actual real-world adaptation beyond just speculation. It is used for cross-border payments, content monetization, gaming, I'm not sure about that one just quite yet, but okay, etc. Far more used than Bitcoin. Yeah. But sure, you can use it like Bitcoin as a SOV or speculative investment if you want. SOV is store of value, by the way. Not when its value is going to zero. This is what the initial poster said. It's a great vehicle for loss of value. I'll give it that. Matt says, but its value isn't going to zero, is it? And some person says, I wonder. And then XP to BTC 1 month here. It's just minus 92% over time. But its value isn't going to zero, is it? A little bit of a meme because XP has been going down about 90% on the BTC pair. But one little fun fact that people often forget is the fact that XRP versus Bitcoin hasn't been doing amazing, right? From a certain perspective. Then again, that's also because XRP is one of those coins which actually hasn't beaten its all-time high. And so even though Bitcoin is at 3 times the all-time high right now, or let's say about double the all-time high right now, 2.5 times, XRP is still 1/3 of its all-time high. So if XRP really goes on a spree really shortly here, it's just going to excel. And so the XP to BTC longer term like that doesn't really matter. And Hamilton says, pick whatever timescale suits your narrative. Nothing to back up any claim that XRP is going to zero, though. And another kind of fun little thing. But it isn't run by a company, is it? That's the entire point of the XP ledger. It has no central authority, and it's just a back and forth about people. She said again, the ledger is a joke. You're trying to say Ripple isn't running nodes and verifying transactions, and he said, correct. Ripple only runs about 1 to 2% of the nodes, so why is it a joke? And once more, guys, it's just a back and forth about people. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes I do wonder, am I brainwashed? Or are these guys all a little bit cuckoo for hating on something with such a passion? Why? Well, because I see it so often. And even though I said before that the narrative for crypto has gone into a really beautiful dimension, the XRP hatred is always going to stay there. And I think for a good part, it's just people who don't understand it or who just literally have a completely different picture on I guess on XRP or Bitcoin for that matter. All right, then a couple of discussions. John Dean posted a SEC v Ripple. For the first time ever in a non-ICO case, the SEC is asserting that the digital itself, XRP, is a security. That absurd argument not only violates common sense, but it is in direct contradiction of over 70 years of case law and precedent. As it currently stands, with the Howey test that's been done, if XRP itself is the security, the digital asset, it gets quite difficult because if you can use XRP to buy something, for example, stock and stuff like that, you're using a security to basically utilize itself as a currency, which is self-proclaimed, but right, is also the main premise of it. So isn't it more like a currency then if you can use it to pay for things and use it to transact rather than be a security? That's just me, though. John also says in the Howey case in 1946, there were two contracts in play between the investors and the W.J. Howey Co. A purchase and sale contract for the orange groves. The investors signed a service contract hiring Howey to handle everything from planting through selling. The Supreme Court found that the entire scheme taken together constituted as a securities offering. The Supreme Court never said or implied that the oranges were securities. 73 years later, in 2019, the SDNY handed down the Telegram cases. The Telegram was a typical ICO case. Truth be told, the Telegram case is strikingly similar to Ethereum. In Telegram, they sold grams and intended to use the funds raised to design and build the blockchain. The SEC sought a preliminary injunction and won. There are two written decisions by Judge Castell. I encourage anyone interested to read them. They can be easily found at the Crypto Law US website in our document library. These two decisions, along with Howey, are 100% in favor of XRP holders' argument that today's XRP is not a security. Jay Castell made it crystal clear. Cryptos are a lawful means of storing or transferring value and may fluctuate in value as any commodity would. In the abstract, an investment of money in a cryptocurrency utilized by members of the centralized community connected via blockchain tech, which itself is administered by this community of users rather than a common enterprise, is not likely to be deemed a security under the familiar test laid out in Howey. The SEC, for example, does not contend that Bitcoins transferred on the Bitcoin blockchain are securities. Judge Castell went on to declare that the grams itself was not the security, but only alphanumeric code. If there was any doubt after the first Telegram decision, that doubt was completely eliminated after Judge Castell authored this second opinion and ordered in Telegram 2. In the second order, the court stated, the security was neither the gram purchase agreement nor the gram, but the entire scheme that comprised of the gram purchase agreements and the accompanying understandings and undertakings made by Telegram. It doesn't get any clearer. The people that hate Ripple or how XRP was first created need to get past their bias and contempt. If the SEC was only alleging that the way Ripple marketed and sold XRP is what made it a security, I would never have filed a motion to intervene on behalf of XRP holders. What the SEC is alleging threatens all of crypto, including Ether, plus the SEC's claim that the token itself is a security violates case law from 1946 to 2019. It is absurd that the SEC is arguing that these tokens itself are the security. Even Hester Pierce made this point. Hester herself stated in an interview on Thinking Crypto that she is trying to get the SEC away from viewing the token itself as a security. It is both bizarre and scary to hear that this is how the SEC views digital assets. Watch it for yourself. And it's In my opinion, also pretty damn crazy, guys. It is really pretty damn crazy how this is moving along. Really, it really is. All right, and then right here, it's actually the same thing, at least kind of, but it's a little bit more towards the bottom. And I had these two things open to make sure I didn't skip it, because I almost wanted to skip it now as well, huh? Here we go. So I said to Tony's Hester Pierce interview in XP Holders motion to intervene. I did so because of how ridiculous the SEC's claim is. The SEC claims that today's XRP, which has been traded on over 200 exchanges for the last 8 years, is itself a security, even though Ripple controls less than 4% of all validators on the network, which gives them no power whatsoever on the XRP ledger. The above quote is credit to Panos, who destroys all the misconceptions of XRP and the XRP ledger. In the Telegram, when you read the course explanation of how a decentralized cryptos doesn't meet the Howey test, then you realize that calling today's XRP a security is the same as calling the oranges securities, and you come to the one burning question: why? Why would the SEC argue that today's XRP itself is a security per se, when the argument violates the truth? Common sense and 7 decades of security case law. As for the answer, I can offer you 55 billion reasons why. And I still don't get it, guys. I really still don't get it. I still don't. I've done so much research and still I really don't get exactly where they come from. This is a little bit more about the XRP Swift part that we were talking about before with identity. I believe it's actually not a Y, but it's 2 I's at the end, right? The company name, by the way. And also, people are asking why the price doesn't move. Well, because frameworks and foundations usually don't set the price that much. If, for example, you find a patent that is really huge, yet it's a patent, well, the price doesn't have to go really crazy all of a sudden, because you don't know if anything's going to come out of that, right? Just because you're setting some rails doesn't mean a train is actually going to get over there. And so if you have all your money in the train market, well, maybe there might be good rails, so you're really bullish on it, theoretically speaking. If you're going to buy into train stock right now, but there's never any train, you just wasted your money, right? So people want to see those trains first. They want to see the train ride on there a little bit. And once the train is, going smoothly for the first time maybe, or for a couple of times after people know that this train is not a one-timer, it's actually going to kind of come back, they can sell retour tickets. Yeah, then things might get a little bit better in that sense. This one was about how Bitcoin spring is finally over. We talked about that a couple of times already by now. It's basically the fact that crypto right now is booming from here on forward. Ethereum 2.0 staking continues to climb as burned Ethereum breaks 73,000. It's going pretty fast. It really is. Also, guys, make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. There's a couple of crazy bonuses. There's right now also a big tournament going on. You definitely want to check it out. Then, potentially lost Bitcoin in dormant wallets totals about 34% of the entire supply, says Glassnode. That is also pretty damn crazy if you start to think about it. The fact that so much Bitcoin has already been lost by now. Then the SEC v Ripple, we'll talk about this one a little bit later. And this one was about the price. More signs of strength in Ripple XRP as it reverses higher above $1.25. Yeah, many people have turned bearish again, specifically today because we dipped below $1.20. But guys, if this little small nudge changes your mind completely, ooh, we're playing the wrong game. Because it's a longer term game, I know. But even right now, I'm still extremely bullish. I'm not getting out of my long position here. I'm sticking with it till the bitter end, because I think it's going to make a really big surge of money pretty soon here. Otherwise, though, I'm going to exit it and open another one once we dip further. But I'll give you guys more info on that if I actually do. Because once more, I have to kind of start shifting because the cost of keeping this open is getting me a little bit too much. But for right now, let's say it cost me about 150. No, let's say maybe it's $200 in total cost. The trade is in $3,000 profit, so I don't really mind the total $300 cost or so of just keeping this trade open in total. This is basically the cost that you give to others. It's the funding rate, and it's basically because I have a long position open and people are primarily going long. This price would deviate too much from the spot price or the mark price, and so they have to basically sanction the people who go long and give some money to the people who go short to keep this price in balance, basically, because those people get rewarded. If you had a short position open, you'd be making money right now while I'm losing it. But yeah, shorting is a little bit scarier, obviously, which is why you can sometimes use this thing to your advantage by knowing, hey, people are going long right now. It's not over. Things are only looking more and more bullish, and it really looks like the winter is over as well. So yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.